Here at the University of Missouri, this very busy meet indeed, with a women's 400-yard individual medley. A look at the American record held by Caitlin Leverance, and Katika Hosu, former USC Trojan, holds the collegiate record. And here is the entire field that have qualified. The 8 swimmers who have qualified for this 400-yard individual medley final. And Lisa Bratton won the 200 IM already, Rowdy, but this is a very, very stacked and competitive field.
Yeah, it's a completely different event than the 200 IM, a very sprint-oriented race where this is have to play out a lot more, and Lisa Bratton did a great job for A&M to win that 200 IM though.
Texas A&M has got a very strong team, currently ranked 5th in the nation, and there are 3 Aggies in this final.
This is going to be a fight to the end. Coach Steve Boltman has brought his Aggies in here to swim. As you said, 3 of them in the top here in the 400 IM. Tennessee swimming so well. Matt Kretich and his team. They are really going to challenge Coach Jack Barrowland and his Lady Bulldogs. Which is, I love this.
Absolutely.
Makes great TV, buddy.
And as you mentioned, the Lady Bulldogs, they have won this championship 6 straight years and are currently the #1 ranked team in the nation. Opening 100 yards of butterfly.
And as well they should be. We got a chance to see them and cover them a little earlier in the season when they had a dual meet against these same Tennessee Volunteer ladies, and they just destroyed them. I think their 100th victory in a row there at Georgia, and every single year Coach Jack Barrowland, if they're not first, they're either first or second. He just has them ready to swim year in and year out, both at the conference level and the NCAA level.
The 2 Aggies, Bethany Galat in lane #1, again the 2nd fastest time in the country this year, and Lisa Bratton, who has already won the 200 IM at these championships. Very, very close here, and is Galat with the lead down at the bottom of the pool in lane 1.
Galat has a great butterfly, but watch Lisa Bratton right there in lane 3. She has an excellent backstroke. I think that was her strength in the 200 IM last night when she won that race. So I really think she's going to pick up the pace a lot here in the backstroke and probably will end up taking the lead. Although, can you imagine what those practices must be like? You got Galat in there, and Bratton, Pickrem. You've got 3 Aggies in there. So you can imagine and then this almost decathlon of swimming, what those practices must be like day in and day out.
Bratton has taken the lead. Let's set the entire field for you in this final. Charlie Brady out of Missouri in lane 8. Jessica Thielman, the Florida Gator, in 7. Cameron will be in lane 6 from the University of Georgia. Amanda Carner from the University of Tennessee in lane 5. Sydney Pickrem, the other Aggie, in lane 4. Bratton we've talked about in 3. Lauren Driscoll out of Tennessee in 2. And Galat at the bottom of the pool in lane 1.
Lane 8 is at the top of your screen, lane 1 at the bottom, and you see right there lane #3, just what we thought. Bratton taking the lead in the backstroke. Breaststroke, probably her weak stroke. So if anybody's going to have a chance, they're going to have to do it now, because Bratton is also a solid freestyler. So they're going to have to start inching up on her in a hurry, because she's got a big lead right now.
Bratton, a real up-and-coming talent, only 19 years of age, the sophomore at A&M. Will be swimming in her 2nd Olympic trials, a meet that you've got just a little bit of interest in, Rowdy Gaines.
Well, think about this, Paul. Texas A&M has 2 sophomores and a freshman in the field. They are set up very well in this event anyway for the future. And again, this credit just really goes to Steve Boltman, who's been around such a long time. In fact, on the Olympic staff in 2012, he was also on the Olympic staff back in 1988. That's how far and how great he has done there at Texas A&M.
Bethany Galat in the breaststroke, making a nice move to get back in contact with her teammate Lisa Bratton in lane 3.
Oh boy, right now, at least right now, you've got A&M 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Sydney Pickrem in lane 4. The freshman who you alluded to, Rowdy, starting to make a nice move, and this looks like an Aggie sweep.
Oh, this would be a huge victory. Not so much in this event, but in the grand scheme of things, Paul, this is so critical that somebody break this stranglehold up here for Texas A&M, because 1, 2, 3 right there, and they're running 1, 2, 3 by a full body length with only 50 yards left to go.
I'm going to need a calculator to add up all the points they might potentially score in this particular race. It's 32 for first place, Lisa Bratton in lane 3. to her outside teammate Pickrem, and they turn together the final 25 yards. And down at the bottom of the pool, not completely out of it either, Bethany Galat coming on as well. Coming right down to it, the three Texas Aggies. It looks like it's going to be in the middle of the pool. And it was Pickrem, the freshman, in lane 4 that gets it. Bratton finishes in second, and in third place at the bottom of the pool, it is Bethany Galat. So all those points for Texas A&M.
Well, you can see why Bratton was out so well at the halfway point. It was her backstroke right there in lane 3. Built about a body length lead on the rest of the field. And at this point, you really thought it was all Bratton and nobody else was really in the thick of it. But breaststroke is the significant part of the 400 IM, and Bratton was able to hang on there, but then all of a sudden her teammates came on. There was Galat at the bottom and Pickrem in lane 4, and all of a sudden you thought maybe this was going to turn into a race between these three teammates, and it was. Pickrem right at the top goes by Bratton. She goes by Galat, and she ends up winning it as a freshman. But the most significant thing about that race, 1, 2, 3 for Texas A&M, and 87 points. Unbelievable there at the end. 0.4 of a second separated those three swimmers.
They entered this particular race, the 400-yard individual medley, in third.